All right, welcome back to IDX TV. We are here at RLA 2023 right here in Las Vegas. I have a couple awesome ladies here. They're going to give us some kind of behind the scenes on what they've been seeing. Why don't we get into it? Let me introduce who our guests are. I have the one and only Emily Petway from Give & Kind. She's the founder and executive director. It's a really, really good foundation. And we have Mirjia as well, Nissen. She is the director of business development from NG Terminal here as well. How are you doing, ladies?
Great, having a great time. Thank you.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
All right, so let's get right into it. I know that both of you participated in the luncheon yesterday. There was a lady, for those of you that are watching from home, there's a ladies' luncheon, very well attended. Any takeaways from that event?
I had a wonderful time being in the same room with people who share the same passion for the industry that I do. And it was a really great experience to meet other people in the field and also share the same energy around supporting each other.
Nice, very good. And for you?
Yeah, I would say one of my takeaways was that in an actually so male-dominated industry, that I was really surprised to see actually a full room of women, all career-oriented, and all of them are with thriving careers, lots of experiences. So it was a very refreshing luncheon.
Nice, nice. So I heard that there was a great speech yesterday, that there was a presenter, I believe her name was Ingrid. I'm not fully sure what she was speaking on, but I know it was very popular. Were there any takeaways that you had from that, or any way to apply it to your life or anything?
Right, I understand you weren't in the room.
I was not there.
There were a lot of great points that she made, and a lot of it was around making space and room at the table for our voices to be heard. It wasn't really so much of trying to match what our male counterparts were bringing to the table, but making sure we're carving out our own space so our own voices are heard, because we come with a different set of experiences and different set of ideas that are valuable and can add a lot to the companies that we serve.
I like that. What do you think?
So what I found was very interesting to see actually that there's a lot of habits we as women in particular have, which are actually, I don't want to say harmful, but they're actually kind of stopping us from moving up or moving in the direction we want to do.
Do you have an example you could share?
Yeah, so for example, one of the habits she described was that to have more confidence in our abilities and to actually highlight our achievements.
Yeah.
So for example, it is, I don't know, maybe it's easier for a man to kind of come out and sell his achievements, and she basically encouraged us to say, to speak out, to basically promote for yourself, to not be ashamed of all these things you actually have accomplished.
That's right. You hear that, ladies? Be your own advocates. Be your own advocates. That's right.
It's true.
That's empowering. Very good stuff. What do you think about mentoring and sponsorship in relation to ladies in the business? Is it important?
I thought it was a really interesting separation of the two, because they sound like it might be something similar because it's all around advocating.
Right.
But when you're talking about mentorship, it's about a learning experience and bringing someone along and sharing that experience in order to help them progress in their own journey. But sponsorship is really speaking up for and advocating for that person. And I can see where one is that learning experience, and the other one is making sure that when you're sponsoring, you're bringing those resources and taking them to the resources at the same time.
I like that. What do you think?
What I found is actually very interesting, what they highlighted is that you need both in order to thrive.
Right.
So like you have that mentor, that person who basically gives you advice, the person who develops you, the person who walks alongside with you. But without a sponsor, all this mentoring will not just really harvest the way you want it. So you need actually a voice within the company or within the industry who actually moves you up, who actually does push the buttons or has the ability and the power to push those buttons. And what I found very interesting is also that it doesn't really have to be always a woman. So of course there's a lot of programs, and also I know the RLA is having a mentoring program, but it doesn't always have to be a woman. But what's important is to have someone in the industry or in the company who is fulfilling those roles.
I like that. Yeah, and you know what? Coming to an in-person event is one step in that direction of finding that person sometimes, There's a lot of people around here that could serve those needs.
Yeah.
What about some of the things that are holding ladies back? I know some of the things you're saying is perhaps even for yourself, need to advocate for yourself more, pitch yourself a little more. Is there anything out there, though, that's you think that's physically standing in the way?
Well, I mean, I think what you're talking about is that we're holding ourselves back sometimes by falling into the habits that we have of self-deprecation and not really recognizing ourselves the value that we have and speaking up for that. But I think that it's going to be a more comprehensive approach, of course, internally within ourselves, valuing our worth, sharing that worth, and then making sure that people are cognizant and aware of hearing that message. Like you're saying about maybe mentors and sponsors not being just female but male, I think making everyone aware that that's something that can help progress this whole conversation along. So I think it's that multifaceted, internal, within a company, and within individuals in the industry that can help move all of it along.
Kind of starts inside, goes out,
Yeah.
and then hopefully bounces back.
Well, I think it's going to have to happen all at the same time in order for it to be truly like change-making and effective.
What do you think?
I mean, they were talking at the event about like the leaning in. I personally feel it has to do a lot that we don't have the confidence, or even if we do have the confidence and we do speak up for ourselves, to not be afraid for things which might happen because of that. To always still do believe in your own abilities, because very honestly, it's rough out there.
It's rough.
So it's, and I think that was for me a big takeaway also from this luncheon, to actually hearing personal stories from other participants where you would think in your head, oh, something similar I experienced or I saw, or so you actually have the feeling you're not alone. And it's not just because of you this is happening to other people as well. So it's kind of a boost of self-confidence to keep going and not quitting or remaining where you are.
I like that.
Yeah.
You guys are very insightful. I mean, we could do a whole separate panel. Let's just do one final thing now, because I believe this is all we have time is for our viewers. Just key takeaway from day one, because we have another big day tomorrow. Yesterday was a day as well. Anything from yesterday? What do you guys think? Any key
This was
takeaways?
my first time at this event. We're pretty new in our membership with RLA, and this is our first real in-person conference experience. And my takeaway was how warm and welcoming the industry really is, and that we all share the same passion for keeping valuable goods out of landfills, out of incinerators, and it's really exciting to see the different channels for solutions that people are not only offering but eager to participate in, so that we're contributing to a whole, all of us together. It's been
One
it's been a great environment.
Cool. Yes.
So it has been my second conference. I actually attended back in 2020. And I think looking at this show in comparison to 3 years ago, I feel it's quite bigger, more people attending, and from the companies exhibiting, I feel it goes a lot nowadays into the direction of not just refurbishing, it goes into recycling, it goes into like more companies involved in the entire process, from software to hardware to logistics. So that's why I'm here, for example. So I think people have noticed, and one of the keynote speaker today from Best Buy, I think she pointed it out excellently, saying that actually COVID has given this whole industry a further push. People have been not just ordering more, but they're also been returning more.
Yeah.
So this is
Guilty for that.
Yeah, it's like a hidden jewel, maybe. So definitely it's becoming a more important part in the logistics industry.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Thank you to all of you for joining us and watching us here as well. We have Emily, we have Mirjia. Thank you so much for your accomplishments and for everything that you're saying, and I hope that you can continue to inspire other ladies and guys like me as well as you go through this journey. So thanks so much.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.